mic back on and switch over to Toon Boom. Hello everyone, Soshi the Yoshi, thanks for joining. Yep, we got some chill Nintendo music playing. YouTube, the upload said it should be copyright free, so hopefully the Twitch version of this won't get any muted parts or copyright strikes. And I am happy to introduce, let me text the writer of this. I asked his permission to stream work on it, and he is all for it. Pleasure to animate dribble for you. Yeah, looking forward to that. Or wait, did you already finish your shot? It was the because there are there's two or three dribble shots. I'm trying to remember which one you did. Was it the We Out Invite Wario? Because I remember that one. I think the other one's not done. Sorry, let me finish this text. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering why I've been pretty quiet about We Out Invite Wario. Yeah. Well, thanks for your interest in the stream, Soshi, and thanks for your interest in the collab as well. I thought that shot turned out great. So, if you're curious, one of the reasons I've been pretty quiet about Wario updates lately is that I ended up getting commissioned to work on 2 freelance animation projects. One of them, I still have to ask the director if they would be okay with me streaming work on it, and it is their short and it's their decision. But this other one, I'm happy to say, the director was all for it. So if you check the YouTube video description, I think it's Malo the maker. He's an indie filmmaker and director, writer, and actor. And he has done some animated shorts previously that you can see on his channel. I made a demo reel, an updated demo reel a few months ago to apply for this other short that I don't know if I can show, and posted on socials as well. And Malo actually saw it, and because he was looking for new animators for his stuff for paid gigs, and he sent me the script and audio for this, and I'm doing the storyboards and backgrounds and final animations. Right now we're starting with the storyboards. We got character designs are done, then we're moving on to storyboards, then animatics, then both the backgrounds and rough animation at once, then the final animation and kind of video compositing. And so I'd like to introduce you to Big Cat Exhibit. This is the story of, we got 3, it's kind of like an adult comedy, dark humor short where we got these 3, we're at a zoo, we got 3 big wildcats. We got this fun-loving tiger, this pretty chill lioness, and this just kind of ticked-off lion who, I think the idea is he was brought in from like the Serengeti in the wild, and he is kind of just like, I don't like the rules and this prison that is the zoo. I want to stage an escape and we get back to the wild. And he gradually convinces these 2. That's the first scene we're working on. It's kind of split up into 2 pretty long scenes. The first scene is this talk with them. The second is the escape. The third I'm not going to spoil, but it takes place in the wild, and the fourth is kind of like a little epilogue. And again, the script and sound were done by Malo the maker, and they found some cool actors. They did the Foley and found some music, and the script themselves that we went over. I got to pick it from a couple of their of possible scripts they had, and assuming it goes well, we're probably going to do some more. But once I want to try and finish these storyboards before the month ends, which will give me enough time to work on the animation for it by the deadline we've set. And that will also give me, once that part's done, I'm also going to be able to have more time to work on Wario and other videos for this channel. But the fact that they're totally cool with me streaming it will give me more chances to interact with you guys, keep you up to date. It kind of just makes the work a little easier because you have some fun doing it, and it's just cool to touch base with you guys. So let us get forward a little bit. All right, so let me see. Oh, so she says, how would this work for people who are allergic to cats? It would work fine because these aren't real cats. This is a cartoon, and I've never heard of somebody being alert, like watching The Lion King and suddenly sneezing. Oh, classic Yoshi's Island music too. Soshi, we got Yoshi. Alright, let's see. let me pull up the script on my other screen, so I'm making sure we're kind of... oh, I got some some text from the director. Okay, cool. They're working on some stuff. They are watching, so cool. All right, so let us get to...
Why?
All right, yeah. Reset the screen. So I'm doing storyboards in Toon Boom Harmony. I know there is a separate software called Toon Boom Toon Boom Storyboard. Not my budget to subscribe to both of those right now. Thankfully, what I'm doing is we're doing for the storyboards is very doable in Toon Boom, and I'll be able to translate it to an animatic with these as well, because Toon Boom is made more for animation and movement. And so she says Yoshi's Island is actually my favorite game. Big surprise. You have good taste, man. That's a classic game. Thinking about it, I'm like 1995 was late 1995 was like a crowning achievement for Super NES because 3 of my favorite games ever came out: Yoshi's Island, Donkey Kong Country 2, and Chrono Trigger. Like, I think within a month or two of each other. That's insane to think about. Like 3 all-timers just back to back to back. 96 was no slouch either. That was DKC3, Mario RPG, and the Kirby Superstar. And then the launch of NC4 with Mario Super. But anyway, let me get back to, so I'm going to be doing this thing. It's going to be animated, the full version, and the lion, this is the tiger. I don't storyboard them with the stripes. You want to have very simplistic designs to save time. This is more just to kind of, get a visual sense of everything, placement, shot choreography, camera, zoom and angle, that sort of stuff. And so he's telling him, actually, let's play it. He says, we have a certain set of rules at the zoo. I like the lines with lots. It's kind of this pissed off, like, semi-Italian, like, Jersey guy, like, what do you say? What are you doing? And the tiger sounds super friendly and upbeat, and the lioness is just very chill and kind of just over the shit, like, he get used to it. So let's hear the tiger.
Rules to make sure everyone here has a safe and enjoyable experience. Guests, staff, and animals.
All right, so he's saying how there are a lot of rules at the zoo, and the lion says, "What? Why are you talking like you work here?" The dialogue's a little different from the script, so let's just play it a bit.
Why are you talking like that? You don't work here.
All right, so we're going to. The storyboard is just going to represent here briefly that we have a camera zooming out from the tiger to show that that the lion's standing next to him. So let's go to where I have the layers for the lion's head, and nice things for the storyboards at least, I can kind of like edit and reuse the asset, kind of like between animation, but this is more for storyboards. And so Pac-Man World, I've played both 1 and 2, and they're really good. I've heard 3 is very different, but some people really like it. Maybe I'll give it a try someday. So let's make this a duplicate drawing so that when I move it, it's not going to change all the other instances of it. And we're gonna let me close my main Chrome window while I'm at it. I think that'll save me some RAM. Okay, did I do anything? That's a famous what's his name? Orson Welles quote. Well, did you do anything? Ah, the French champagne. All right, make sure. 3 is alright, but it does have combat as well as Pac-Man speaking full sentences rather than speaking. Yeah, well, you know what? I don't know what to make of the combat, but I've seen some of the cutscenes, and I didn't know when I'd heard, like, yeah, the characters all talk, including Pac-Man. I'm like, I don't know, but then I heard it, and I'm like, it's not a voice actor I'd recognize, but I was like, that's a good Pac-Man voice. That's a good kind of everyman. It's kind of like kind of reminded me of Rayman's Rayman 3 voice. It's probably be better than Cats. Yes, not a tough bar to clear, but I think the script has some funny stuff, and excited to bring it to fruition. Actually, let's get rid of the eyelids for this shot, and just. I'm doing a lot of the emoting for Lion with, he has these thick eyebrows, and the eyelids as well. Mallow actually cited, kind of give it a similar aesthetic to a lot of he cited Family Guy and what's it called? I watched a little bit of Paradise PD, which has a similar art style. So kind of clean, smooth outlines, smoother than this, obviously, but still exaggerated and cartoony. I like Pac-Man's voice from the Hanna-Barbera cartoon. Yeah, that's one that I've seen the bits of the Christmas special because Cartoon Network would run it every year, and that voice is I think I read he was like a stand-up comedian at the time, and he wasn't. I'm gonna draw this mouth down while he's talking. He wasn't what I would have imagined Pac-Man talking because he sounded like older and raspier. I kind of imagined Pac-Man would sound like a young adult, which is why I liked his World 3 voice. But the cartoon voice had personality, and then there was the one. Was it the CG cartoon a couple years ago that nobody liked, but gave us the Pac is back meme, where he kind of sounded like, or compared to like Luffy. I thought that was a little weird. I'm like, I don't imagine him. He's not a Pac kid. He's not a Pac boy. He's a Pac man.
Why do you talk like that?
Actually, let's just do some slight eyelids, like some slight irritation. Ghostly Adventures. Yeah. Which got some. I think I own on Steam one of the platformer games they made for it. It's one of those endless Steam games I got on sale but never played.
Why are you talking like that?
Alright, let me find the frame where that disappears. Alright, let me listen to this dialogue to see how I should. And sometimes they're going to gesture with their paws as well. I asked Mallow, like, I don't want to just be a bunch of cats just kind of standing in place talking. Can I have them gesture with their paws a little bit? He's like, oh yeah, go for it.
You don't work here. You're not a fucking employee.
Oh yeah, potty mouth alert, by the way. The lion's got lion likes to swear a bit. Ghostly Adventure games are better than the show. Okay, are they actually? Is that like a low bar to clear, or are they actually pretty good? Because I know they're platformers, and I like me a good platformer. Plus, Pac-Man has prior, the World games were pretty good, and so I would hope they would get some inspiration from that. I kind of wonder. I hope they put a little bit of the Pac-Man World 1. I don't know if it counts as a remake or a remaster. But I hope they do one for 2. I hope it's sold well enough to justify that, and I can see them skipping 3 because it wasn't made by the Japanese staff. Wait, I'll listen to this again.
You don't work here.
Okay, so I'm gonna have him. Oh, let me do a new instance, new substitution. He's gonna point at him like, "Hey, you don't work here." It is funny. My main thing with Pac-Man, because I've always been like passively familiar with him and played some of the arcade. I do like the arcade game and Miss Pac-Man, but my main thing with Pac-Man is that he became one of my Smash mains ever since they added him in 4, and I actually have a little bit of a personal attachment to it because the year, I think it was 2014, the year Smash 4 was coming out was before I went back to trying animation and voice work. I was doing freelance writing for a multimedia website, including and doing game news and reviews. And we got to go to E3 that year. It was the only time I went to E3 at all because I think for a while it was public. No, it was press only. I mean, so I went to a year where it was still press only. And it was a lot of fun. And let me just draw. There we go. Yeah, we go. You don't work here. Let's see how that sounds.
You don't work here. You're not a fucking employee.
He gestured a little more, like throw his arm out, like you're not a fucking employee. Pac-Man's my Smash man as well as Yoshi. Okay, I never got good with Yoshi, but everybody, there's a main for everybody. But no, the thing is, there was a Smash roundtable, I think they called it, where it was a big conference room where they had Sakurai and a couple others come out on stage. And so I think the Nintendo Direct, they announced, I can't remember, but maybe that was the year they announced, no, it wasn't, they announced it the year prior. I think the E3 one, the stream they announced Palutena and maybe, the Mii Fighters, I think, who are also Mii Brawlers, one of my mates. And I was in this crowd, and this was where they made the debut announcement before releasing the trailer. This was where they announced Pac-Man. So we were the first outside Nintendo in the world to learn Pac-Man was in the game. They showed that trailer with I think it's called Red, Blue, Yellow, and we were all just so excited to see him because I think he had been. People had wanted him for a while, and because it was Namco's involvement, Bandai Namco helped develop, definitely for an Ultimate. I can't remember if they worked on Brawl. Let me see how this sounds. Hey, Crash Bandicoot, Edward 469. Greatest time. I need to think of a nickname for you. I should. What would you prefer I call you for one word? Would you prefer Edward 469, Crash? Because it's a mouthful to say the whole username. But welcome to the stream. Alright, let me just see how this sounds.
You're not a fucking employee.
Okay, I should get rid of the eyelids for that. He kind of expressed a little more motive, so like eyes wide open. You're not a fucking employee. I wish Pac-Man appeared in more CGI trailers besides its own at the end of Banjos. Hey, if you're gonna appear in one, Banjo's a hell of a one to pick. I think a lot of other characters appeared in Sora's as well, as like still trophies. But maybe they didn't have. Maybe they never had like a super HD model version of him ready, like they did a lot of other characters, because the characters in the trailers were like, cinematic movie quality. They weren't just direct rips of the game versions. Crash. Oh yeah, I'm so pumped for the Mario movie. It's very nice that I've gone from because we just knew it was happening for years, and it was just so nice that I had no idea Alright, let me see. Let me draw that. I'm still getting used to drawing the stubby paws a bit better.
You're not a fucking employee. You're a... Wait, what's your name by... Employee.
Alright, you go back to the, pause down for the... Let me find the right one. I'll check the chat in a second. I just want to make sure I have this right. Alright, the head. Oh, we got some. Okay, let's see. Pac-Man was not in Sora's trailer. Okay, that other line looks like a fucking employee. No, he's not. He's a member of the zoo. Member of the Big Cat exhibit. Kane Tane, welcome. And they might not have had the rights to make trailers with him. This was happening with Cloud for a while. Yeah, I wonder if there were some clauses with. Yeah, Cloud didn't show up outside of Sephiroth's trailer, if I remember correctly. I would hope he was in Sora's trailer because they're both Square characters. But yeah, welcome Kane Tane. So I'll just fill it in for Kane Tane and Crash. So obviously this isn't Wario. And I'm sorry that progress on that has been slow lately, but at the beginning of the year, I got hired to work on 2 indie animated shorts, paid gigs, remote work, all in Toon Boom. And this is one by, you can check the YouTube video description of this stream, Malo DeMaker, and he scripted and he did the audio for this short about this lion and some other big cats. It's called Big Cat Exhibit, who decide to stage an escape from the zoo and get back to the wild, and hijinks ensue. All right, so he's a little confused. So let me. He's kind of got the DreamWorks eyebrow. He's like, you're what are you?
You're a... Wait, what's your name by...
Okay, I can use that pointing pose again. I'm gonna do a new face. Total DreamWorks moment. This is it's Alex the Lion. Let's see. Yeah, what's his name? Bleeds the movie fan. I think I can't remember if I discovered him through Oni Plays, but that guy is something else. No, that's illegal. Alright, let's see. I got here. I thought it was Madagascar for a minute. Actually, wait. I guess it is a little bit like it because it involves a lion and they're... So I've actually never seen any of the Madagascar movies, but I know the premise. Alex the Lion, what the hell are you doing in my car? Oh no, I have to pull over. Oh, that's right, Cass Vanderpool. I did see that clip. There they included. Alex Marks. Okay, yeah, it's a viral one. It's very strange. He does very strange videos. But more power to him. I think, you know, I'm sure people make fun of him, but I'm like, he should. It's kind of like Tommy Wiseau, that sort of stuff, and Neil Breen. I'm like, don't bully people for making weird stuff. Just let them make it. It's not harming anyone. They're expressing themselves. It's stuff they want to make. I hope people have been nice to him at least. Right, let me see this. Did I make a? Okay, let me switch back. All right, I'm gonna change the eyebrows here. Yeah, these are gonna be a little more dynamic in the final version, but the point of the storyboards is just to get the basics across. All right, save often. Every now and then Zoom Boom crashes on me. Not as bad as Flash, but alright, let's see.
Like that. You don't work here. You're not a fucking employee. You're a... Wait, what's your name, by the way?
Oh, okay, and I know it looks like it's out of sync. It is when I do the preview because my tablet's kind of crap. But when at sports or when I do the scrub, you can see in real time that it's... You can see here by when they change and the waveform of the sound that it matches it pretty good. Alright, so... He's like... What's your name, by the way? And Tiger just chuckles and goes, "Oh, Mr. Tiger, thank you for asking." Let's hear it.
Mr. Tiger, thanks for asking.
And Lion slaps his forehead like, "Ugh, this guy." Actually, it's not cited much in the script, but there is a part where, like, the Lion, I already storyboarded it, where he's like, my name is not fucking Lion. My name is Steve. And it's like, okay, Mr. Steve the Lion, says the Tiger. But the script refers to him as a Lion, the rest of it. So at first I was talking to Mel to make it like, oh, so I'm drawing Steve's design here, but I was like, you know what? Just call him Lion. It's easier. We'll do a little bit of a zoom in. We'll center it on Mr. Tiger. And actually, let's change that to the default sitting pose when number 6, just so the finger's not in the corner. Yeah, so just, you know, this rectangle in Toon Boom designates what the you can change the camera. This designates what we're going to see in the final export. So like when we do a preview frame, this is what the final video will look like. Then we have the previous frame where you've got, give it a second. Yeah, we've got both of them talking. Oh, we've got a text channel. Oh, my mom went to art class and painted some flowers. Good for her. My mom has said for years, "Oh, I can't even draw a stick figure." But she's a pretty cheat. I mean, she can knit and crochet. I can't do that, so you know, everybody's got something. All right, so let's find Tiger's lair. All right, he has this little chuckle here. Just,
Mr. Tiger.
I'm trying to think what a good expression for that would be. Crash playing WWE. Oh, cool. I'll freely admit I know very little about wrestling, but I understand there's quite an audience for WWE and its games. All right, you know, I think we can leave the out of the storyboards. We'll probably just to do like a simple. We can stay in that static pose, and then it will. We'll move the head more for these actual lines. Let me just hear it again. Mr. Tiger, thank you.
Mr. Tiger, thanks for asking.
Alright, so I'll have him... Another new drawing here. Quick drawing. This is some children's kind of music. Which song is this? I'm gonna pull it up. 29, we're on 29 minutes. I'm looking. I don't know if I've heard this one. Oh, this is from Pocket Tournament. That's why I don't recognize it. I barely played that. Everything I know about wrestling comes from German Rumble. Hey, you know more than me. Here's this handy tool, the cutter, which allows me to just automatically cut out the lines that go past other lines. We watch Hell of a Boss. Man, I need to watch Vivzy Pop stuff. I've only seen clips. I'm a little intimidated by how each one's like a full-length episode, so at some point I will. I have not in recent years been good about keeping up on a lot of the big indie animators. Not enough time in the day. Makes me wish video games were shorter. I'm always playing so many long ones. Oh, let me get him close his eyes and be like all humble looking, like Mr. Tiger. Have him. Let's see how it looks with this paw first. Obviously, the anatomy's a little off, but we will word more about that in the final animation.
Mr. Tiger. Thanks for asking.
Alright, now a new one. Getting back to a previous one. I should have him do a, I have a funny idea. He'll do I always call it the Buddy Christ pose with the two finger guns. Let me see if the voice performance calls for like a wink.
Thanks for asking.
No, it's more casual. Wait, he was like, "Thanks for asking." Then I'd have him do a wink or something. I like that, a little bit of a flourish. But yeah, have I watched anything lately? I haven't watched much lately. I've kind of been getting ready for getting more hyped for certain movies. It's really more potential than what show or Dribble and Spit's gonna pitch to Nintendo. Oh, in Tuned. What did they? Probably nothing important. What did they? It was. I feel like I didn't give them a scene. I gave them a scene with like Awada, like telling them off in his office or something. And one, I would never have made fun of Awada if I knew he was gonna leave us so soon. But two, there's one thing I always wish I would change in the script, which was where Dribble says to him, "You're a real asshole," you know that? And I'm like, kids are watching this. Why is Dribble calling somebody an asshole? But that was literally the first cartoon I ever made, and I was like probably 17 at the time, so shocker that there are elements that I would do differently now. But yeah, I'm excited to. I'm actually going to later tonight. I'm gonna I want stream going for a bit, and I'm gonna switch to. Not right now. I want to get more work on this done. I told Mallow I'd have it done tonight. I'm aiming for that. Might take till tomorrow to do to format everything to storyboards with like the text description. I'll let him know. He's cool. He's been pretty chill with everything so far. I referenced that scene when I mentioned Duck Hunt Duo are more likely to be accepted than them. Oh, that's funny. Oh, who was it? I saw I forget her channel's name. I think it's Pumpkin Dragon, but Izzy from the Pizza Party podcast with Rebel Taxi. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Let me see if this is anything important. Let me mute my mic for a second. And there we go. Helpman / Caboodle, welcome. Okay, so I'll sum it up again. I got commissioned to animate an indie filmmaker's short. This is about the 3 big cats who are spurred on by a lion to escape from their zoo exhibit and go back to the Serengeti, or the African wilderness, and hijinks ensue. So right now I finished the character designs. The next part is the storyboards. They make that into an animatic, then rough animation and backgrounds, then final animation, video compositing. And Helpman Caboodle, you just got Little Big Planet 2 and karting. That's great. I've played. I think I've played every Little Big Planet to complete this campaign to completion except for PSP. It just kind of PSP just felt too much like a downgrade to me. Oh, hello, Mr. Kicks. Yeah, nice to see everybody in the chat. And what was I saying? But I really liked karting. I feel like it needed a longer lifespan, and I wonder how much it is playable if we can still do the campaign and stuff in it with the servers down. And I am curious about. I know PS3 emulation is kind of starting to form, and there is like a fan community. I joined a Little Big Planet fans Discord to help figure out those Sackboy mods I did, like Bobo when that launched on PC. But I think people are working on either modding the PS3 versions of the games for the emulator, or at least I think they're also working to back up as many levels custom levels as they can for the day that we do lose the servers, so that that those experiences are preserved. Because like Little Big Planet is like something that's like nostalgic to me at this point, so it's something I would like to revisit in due time. And maybe they can even do like better performance for 2 or 3 on PS3, because it was never smooth performance series, and like 3 was notoriously buggy. All right, let me get back to work. All right, so we're gonna cut right back to. It'll just be a camera pan from here to there. Let's make it a stop motion. It's really cheap. LB2 is the best game in people's opinion from what I've played so far. Yeah, 2 is the best. 3 is good. 3 is really good too. 1's a good foundation, but very basic in comparison. It's the only servers that are still LB3. Most levels are still there, but not all of them store. Yeah, they shut down everything but 3. There was I believe there was a DDoS like server attack or hack that caused it to be down for a while, and then they were like, we're only gonna bother with this one, which is why I'm glad there is that level preservation effort going on. Let me make Tiger back to that, so the fingers aren't overlapping. So Lion is going to be. Let me see his heads. I got a lot of lion heads here. And Vita, my favorite campaigns. Vita was good too, but I don't know if anybody would bother to preserve that, even though I know Vita emulation is becoming a thing too, because that's. Are there still games being put out for it? I haven't touched mine in a long time. I guess I could use it in my PSP for emulation, but I'm saving up for a Steam Deck, and that's gonna be like my I feel like that could be my go-to retro thing for years, plus a lot of PC games. All right, so. I played a post-game thing. I played for story mode and create. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think. Do they still let you do local editing and level creating? I mean, Archie's a little more angry. All right, so he's gonna be squinting a little bit. Like, can you believe this guy, Mr. Tiger? Save what we have. Vita's 100% dead. You can't access the store anymore. I thought they shut down PSP, not Vita. Wow, Vita's. I mean, I know Vita did much worse, but it's a much newer system. Sounds like a gunshot with this scrubbing. All right. They shut down both. Okay, it was the PS3 one that people were up in arms about, and they said, all right, we'll keep it up for a bit longer. Yeah, there's still games I need to get on PS3 at some point. I think I did buy a couple cheap ones recently, like the I do have a PlayStation Move, so I bought the remasters of the Wii Resident Evil light gun shooters. Because I remember renting the first one of that and having fun. Alright, so for this one, I'm going to draw him from like his head at like a slightly downward angle. Let's turn the onion skin. Let's see the previous frame. And has anybody messed with retro achievements? That's like my favorite thing that I've discovered for retro years, and it's also like the server that I have the most. I check the notifications for the most for Discord, because every time a new game set of achievements goes up, I'm like, they do a notification or a ping. Tomodachi Life reminds me of the fact we need on Switch. Yeah, we need new Tomodachi Life, period. I'm shocked that, like, okay, they put Miitopia on Switch, but they won't do Tomodachi? Is there some... Did one of them sell... Did Miitopia sell better? I don't know. But Retro Achievements just added PS2 this past year. I think it's the first one of that generation, unless you count Dreamcast for them to get. So that's a big get, and I'm hoping GameCube's in the future. People are still playing Tomodachi Life to this day. I should pick my copy back up. I still have it on my 3DS installed, and I'm sure a lot of people would still... That wasn't like Animal Crossing where like the characters would leave if you were gone for a while. They'll still be there. Little Planet. Oh, I forgot about the Little Big Planet pins. That was like the meta achievement system on top of the trophies. Who needs breakfast when you play the game before 9 a.m.? Well, that's not so hard. You just gotta plan for that, or change the system clock. Second is play after 9 a.m. I guess those schemes seem kind of pointless, though. Alright, let me do the slap, the Will Smith slap. Keep your lion's name out of my fucking mouth. I'm trying to think which should be this limb. Just like... So this looks pretty good. All right. Let me pull up the script. Let's see. Thanks for bearing with me while I page through the... Say page through, it's digital to PDF, while I virtually page through the digital script on my other screen. Okay. Let me see how the voice sounds here, but the dialogue comes off like it should be a little angrier.
And the nerve of them. They have us locked up in here together.
Oh yeah, you can hear him getting more angry. Like, locked up in here. Yeah, he's getting more angry here. Let me... Oh yeah, he tells the tiger, like, you know, the wild lions and tigers don't get along that well.
Where I'm from, your kind, in my kind.
Oh, you're from your kind of my kind.
We don't get along well
Don't
together.
get along together. Yeah. Saint Painting. When Karting came out, I remade a bunch of Lego Racers tracks that are gone. I made one track that was like a fake city, and I had the PlayStation camera, so I put like movie posters there. This was, I think, 2012, 2013, so I had like the original Avengers poster for that and stuff like that. Maybe Dark Knight Rises, because I was in a good riding superhero high that year. So there you go. I might still be saving my system, actually. Maybe I could try and see if I could back it up. I would love it if they got a fan server going for Little Big Planet karting because there's one for Mod Nation Racers they need to test out, and I love Mod Nation Racers even more than karting. The same developer actually. There wasn't as much visual variety that you could do with the track creating, but the mechanics were stronger. Alright, let's see. Other people has got me the game to them. I'm totally worth it. Oh, cool. I'm actually thinking about someday trying to do, like, different types of Wario fan games. I don't have the time to do a full, big indie project. That's, like, my main job when I'm doing cartoons and YouTube and voices, but, a little thing to work on tinker with over time. That would be fun. Alright, let me get his head back to... Oh. Was that part of... Oh, yeah, that was okay. We'd make a WarioWare fan game like Wario Land or make it like WarioWare. I feel like it would be easier. There would be more templates out there to make it like a platformer. But what I would love to do is a Wario Land type game where you can play as several... as Wario and several WarioWare characters. I'm even thinking like maybe like mini games or sub-levels that are different genres. So like Orbulon would have like a side-scrolling shmup or something. Yeah, and there's some like... But like Wario and Mona, and I have to think about who would be like the regular platformers and like what if there would be a third type of game. That was more iconic than Orbulon's smash hit movie last year. Oh, my favorite scene was when Morbulon went, "It's morbing time," and Morbulon all over the place. It was one of the movies of all time. That's too big, yeah. Yeah, Pizza Tower with I still need to play. And Anton Ball Deluxe is, if not this year, next year. So it's. Well, I'm glad there's stuff competition because that means there's good games coming out of, you know, the gap Nintendo left when they stopped making Wario Land games. And I say that as someone who admittedly loves WarioWare more than Wario Land. And part of that is its uniqueness and its cast and aesthetic. But Wario Land is a great series too. I have a lot of nostalgia for 2 and 4 in particular. All right, let me see how this sounds.
And the nerve of them, they have us locked up in here together.
Okay. Locked up here together. Let's see. Die 20 times in story mode. Like in one level or just overall? Because if it's overall, I probably have that. Let me save while I'm at it. I was playing 4 a moment ago. Wait, is 4 on the Switch GBA, or is it just the first WarioWare, and I think Wario Land 3? Is that all the Wario we have for Game Boy Switch version right now, officially? In a second.
And the nerve of them, they have us locked up in.
Let's have them switch from one front paw to another, for variety's sake. Okay, yeah, Wario. Oh, you're playing 4 on Wii U? Yeah. I would love it if they let you transfer those purchases over from Wii and Wii U to Switch instead of those apps that have like almost a much smaller library. Why isn't WarioWare Twisted on Switch? You know what? I think it could be in the future because they teased Kirby's Tilt and Tumble coming to the app, and that also had a gyro. And the Switch is a gyro built into both the controllers and the systems. You can play it docked and still play WarioWare a game like Twisted. I would love if they I think Twisted is the only one of those original 3 handheld ones that never got re-released, because Touched got a DS version that I have, and a Wii U version that I have. Obviously, original first one's on Switch. Might have been on Wii U as well. But Twisted is a little tougher, I guess. And they're probably never going to re-release DIY with the servers down, but I would love a sequel or a remaster or something with it's like, you know, good to give the Mario Maker treatment. Let me see here. Switch has gyro in it, then why couldn't they do gold on Switch? Probably because of the Touch League, the Touch mini games. They would have to figure out how to approximate that if you're playing in docked. I would just have them do a cursor, you know, maybe like even be like, hey, we encourage you to play this portable. But I mean, it's better that they made a new game with Get It Together than just remaster. I mean, in a perfect world, we'd have both of them on the Switch, though. Done on Switch, you don't Switch Online. It was on Wii, wasn't it? And they added like a cursor that made it very easy, but that's been it. Was it on Wii U? I don't remember. I mix up the Wii and Wii U Virtual Console a lot in my head.
They have us locked up in here.
Should we change the head? It's on Wii U. Okay. I'm squinting again, angrily. He's just squinting menacingly. Oh, you could turn the cross off. Good. I don't know if I tried that because I was just like, I do have fondness for Duck Hunt because I'm showing my age as a millennial that when I was 3, the first video game I ever played was my cousin had that combo cart. For those who didn't grow up with the original NES or Super NES, you could buy a combo cart, a 2-in-1 cart for the NES that had both the Super Mario Brothers 1 and Duck Hunt, which is a great deal. And so those 2 were the first games I ever played. Alright. Save.
And the nerve of them. They have us locked up in here together. Mr. Tiger, I don't know if you know this. They have us locked up. They have us together.
Boot 6. Alright. Excuse me. Alright, so now he's going to be a little more neutral. Like, Mr. Tiger, let me be matter of fact with you. The maniac is in the mailbox. Oh! I can't do the girly SpongeBob scream. PLP2 every day of the week. Oh, that's doable, but you gotta remember and you gotta like plan for it. Like, if you find out you're gonna be out of town for a day or something. Yeah, Edge Trophy 2. I wonder if I got that one. I played LPP2 a lot in like its first year of release, so it's possible. Alright, he's gonna be less angry eyelids and more neutral.
Mr. Tiger, I don't know if...
Alright, let's get the camera back to where it was with both him and the tiger. Oh, is this Metopia music? What is this? 55. This is. Oh no, this is the pirates from Wind Waker. What am I saying? I wonder if it sounds familiar. Even though I haven't played Wind Waker since the HD port, which I still can't believe Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD are stuck on Wii U. Oh, I gotta make Tiger appear too. Let's see. Oh, yeah, he has a little. Oh, here. Let me. F5. I just. Help, man. I love how you misspelled specific as spicy, so I thought you were talking about your dinner. Gee, I just realized that these are oddly spicy. Autocorrect. Oh, it was worth it. Sometimes autocorrect gives us comedy gold. Let me ask, what else has everyone been playing lately? Because obviously, we got Little Big Planet as a whole. I've been on like a Square Enix kick lately because I've got Theater Rhythm and Final Bar Line. I'm revisiting Final Fantasy 15 to finally try and beat it. I actually just started. I checked out what new Kingdom Hearts mods there are, and I'm trying 3 fresh playthrough with like this new, I think it's called Light versus Darkness. There's a lot of rebalancing that like dramatically changes gameplay and makes it more difficult and like intricate. So that's cool. And if you probably saw the Ashley video, yeah, I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy on PC, and that is a very enjoyable game. J.K. Rowling sucks, but she was involved with that, so that is my stance. SpongeBob Cosmic Shake. I'm thinking about renting that. I think I saw a review recently where like someone who like wasn't big on Battle for Bikini Bottom had said this was a big improvement, because I didn't play Battle for Bikini Bottom until the remaster, and by then I was like, this is okay, but I'm not seeing the hype. But I think it kind of helps if you grew up with it when it first came out, and I never played it. So I'm curious, but like how much do they actually? Is it just more Battle for Bikini Bottom, or do they actually like iterate and like build on it? Because I feel like I remember when I was playing Battle, I was like, I just want a little more to this. The original Battle for Bikini Bottom was better than High. What did they change some of the like visuals aside? Did they change some of the gameplay or controls or something, or like did they cut content? What makes the original better? Alright, here we go. Oh, reached him saying we got 100 messages today in the chat. That's pretty cool.
I don't know if you know this, but where I come from, your kind and my kind, we don't get along well together.
Alright, I'm him gesturing with a thumb, like pointing a finger at him, your kind, then my kind, then like shrug, like we don't get along together. They changed many of the smaller things, the pills on the ground not having collision. Okay, so it was a lot of smaller changes that added up.
I don't know.
Definitely not hinders the old ball attack. Oh, can it mess with the collision pretty easily and pop it? Okay, now I need to do a new head. Half those messages are probably me. Soshi's done a lot of the messages as well. But I guess you two have been the most active, which is quite cool. I like having people to chat with. Let me see here how this sounds.
I don't know if you know this.
I'm gonna raise the eyebrows a little bit. I want to make it more. He's staring at the tiger. I should have made it too high.
Tiger, I don't know if you know this, but where I come from,
Prove me wrong. If Wario wasn't so greedy, WarioWare Inc. would be more successful. I think you're totally right. I think he mismanages things quite a bit, as evidenced in one, he doesn't pay his customers unless they grab the profits from him like they had to it in Gold. What's the other thing? What's the other stuff? I mean, he's just kind of a dummy. Oh, let me see how this sounds. Okay, I'm gonna do the... I said fire everyone, he gets to do that. Yeah, I think he's got a little bit of a soft spot for everybody. I like these kooks, even if you never admit it. I have to do some things I'm leaving for now. Okay, Mr. Kicks, thanks for taking place in the stream. There'll be more to come now that I know I can stream this project, and I want to get back to the Bahan reviews and the and of course Wario. Despite working through, my favorite is actually 9-volt. Oh, cool. Yeah, 9-volt's a great one. I think I should do a video where I do a personal character tier ranking. But I know my S tiers are whoever characters either Dribble or Ashley by. Yeah, good picks, Mr. Kicks, and yeah, have a good day. I know that my Ashley mod for Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah, it's on the there's a video of it in the channel. You can click on it there. I made one that replaces the player character with her, and another that replaces the basic wand without its handle with the wand that Red turns into, like the one from Smash. This is my second favorite. Dribble at third, Orbeon at fourth. Yep, good picks. Yeah, no, I've always said actually, I added to my S tier after Gold. So my top three have always been Orbulon, Crygor, and I put them together, Cat and Anna. But if I picked one, I would say Cat. And actually, someone who became one of my favorites with Gold is Franck, because they really upped his role in that and gave him more of a voice and personality. And I love him. I never expected. I always thought he was this little mischievous, "Hello, I'm Franck," and instead he's just, "Oh, 9-volt, what's the matter? Oh, I'm worried, 9-volt. You really hate math." And his voice is fun to do. I just like how he has this kind of unexpected maturity to him and this dignity. This little Lego minion man, whatever he is. He's a Franck. Yeah, I guess we're talking about characters now. We're doing. Joe's Mr. Title comes to my ranking. My dad's name is Shag. Yeah, Franck's name is Shaggy. And I guess they decided to change it after the first game. Because, Shag has those Austin Powers connotations. Check this out. I'm super Shag. Oh, I always think the Catacrys thing. Because he did Cyber Chase, the movie and the game. And in the game, Shaggy called himself Super Shag, which he couldn't get enough of. And in the movie, he's like, "I'm Super Shaggy." He's like, No, you're Super Shag. Why couldn't you stay true to yourself? That was a terrible Catacrys impression. Ah, Spindly Johnny!
Where I come from, your
Alright, I'm going to finish this sentence that the lion's saying, then I'm going to switch to the rest of the stream for my VTuber design. Or avatar design. I want to make a new updated VTuber rig with it. And don't worry, I don't know if you're still watching, I'm going to be up for a while. I'm going to finish the storyboards tonight still. One of my favorite kind of videos. Yeah, the Cyber Chase game one is good, but the movie is just he kind of. I guess I've never seen it, but he kind of nailed the problems it has if you're trying to be critical. And adores new versions. Yeah, I'm glad he found that a format that suited him and his livelihood better, but he didn't lose his style. And I'm so glad he finally did a Spyro, all of it. Top 4 from Helpman Caboodle. 4 is Wario, 3 is Mona, Jimmy, 2 is Jimmy, and 1 is Ninefall. Oh, also good. Favorite Caddy episode is the PlayStation Magazine. I remember that one. I know he did. He did do Parappa 2, but it's been a while since I've seen that one. Do I have one of him? Yeah. Oh, I didn't duplicate that. Let me see.
Come from your kind and my kind, we don't get along well together.
Alright. Never knew you had a VTuber. I haven't used it for a while, but it's the same one that I would use in the animated reviews that I teased in that update video last summer. Everything that's been delayed. I feel so shitty about that, but I'm trying to make up for that. Yeah, you'll get to see it in just a second. Well, the design for the animations. I'm gonna do a turnaround of it, and that'll go into making a high-res like PSD image file for the rig, and then I might save up and look to hiring someone who's really good at VTuber rigs, because mine, when I did it before, was very limited in motion. It's a lot harder than it looks. Actually, we can do that. Okay, let me just finish this one pose, and then I'll show you the design. Let's see how that... Again, it's going to be a little out of sync when I do the preview, but...
But where I come from, your kind and my kind, we don't get along well together.
Scott the Waz is really successful, by the way. He's had a TV show, makes 100 episodes. I love Scott the Waz, even though I haven't seen a lot of his older stuff. And 20 minutes episode every week, so with him and friends, he just does it for the fans. What a good fan base. Like, yeah, I feel like I would be so much more easy. It would be so much easier for me to devote all my time to my YouTube if not for these freelance gigs and being back in school as well. I'm hoping that when school dies down, I'll have way more time to devote to this stuff. Maybe I should make a schedule like, hey, you've got to pull some all-nighters or something for certain projects. Do it. Scott the Waz is my favorite video game center YouTuber. Yeah, he's up there for me. He's a natural with his humor. Him and Catacris. Another one that I've liked for years, who's more like subdued comparison, but is also just charming, is Some Call Me Johnny. I actually have met him at MagFest a couple times. I'm actually in his intro with the guys who are like brawling in the courtyard. What would you say your favorite episode of the Wario sitcom is? Do you mean the 80s AI generated one? Alright, I'm going to open the other file in the meantime. Merry Christmas Day Design. He's the most recent episode. It's really good. I think I saw that one because they're the ones who made like Ninja Bread Man and those stuff, right? And they had this crazy history. Yes, I mean that. All right, my favorite episode of the Wario sitcom. Oh, let me think. There's so many gems. I like when Jimmy was going on a date with like some one-off girl appearance, and he thought he wasn't cool. So he went to Wario and it was like, show me how to be cool. And Wario, being Wario, made him all gross and stinky and stuff. And eventually he realized he had to be true to himself. And admitted to the girl Jenny or whatever, like, I'm not who I made myself out to be. I'm a disco dancer. I got a blue afro. And she's like, but I like guys like that. You should have just told me that all along. And everybody learned a valuable lesson. Here we go. Yeah, it takes even longer to load and do stuff when I'm streaming. Alright, here we go. Let me see. Who was asking about seeing it? Caboodle. This is actually, let me... My favorite is the one where Frank realizes everybody in the building is insane. Oh, that was a trip, that one. But, you know, it's heartwarming that you learned to accept them for who they were. Let me just see. Okay, so I made some refinements I'm going to do. Here's like the base design. Let me see if the eyes still look okay. So they have a glow effect to them. Yep. Two has this auto glow effect. That's pretty cool. Looks sick. I'm glad you like it, Caboodle. Yeah, it's partly me inspired because I love blue and orange and I love hoodies. There's actually, I've barely played it, but there's a Fortnite costume that kind of inspired this full bodysuit thing combined with the jacket / hoodie, and then you can tell from the accessories there's a little bit of like sci-fi, cyberpunk, Iron Man stuff going on there. I'm gonna add some 9-volt headphone type things to the goggles as well. My favorite's one where Frank realizes everyone is insane, so he runs away. My nanny still owns the Spitz puppet. Oh, I hope it hasn't degraded too bad. For the best episode of the Wario sitcoms where 9-volt looks for the new game and then asks Wario for money. Yeah, and then Wario says no, so 9-volt tries to do a bunch of like extra chores with to make money from 5-volt, and he's like still ends up like $10 short. And I guess he didn't learn a valuable lesson about money, but there was like he learned there was more to, you know, he could still save up the money and for other stuff, and the importance of having a budget. I personally don't like Fortnite, but I'm glad it's popular and that people are making living fun. Yeah, no, I'm not big on Fortnite either. I only tried it once or twice, and I did just see this costume that I don't have the screenshot on my laptop, but it did make me go like, oh. All right, let's see. Whew, we forgot the episode where Waluigi moved in. Wah! All right, let's get back to. All right, bring up the height lines. Oh, I got a text, hang on. Okay. Just trying to find these hands a bit more. I found a pair of 9-volt headphones in the middle of the road one day. Dude, that sounds like something they were sent from above or something, because I've never seen 9-volt headphones in the wild. Alright, let's see. An actual Wario sitcom could be like a Wario. Oh, no joke. I'm already brainstorming ideas for what to do with episodes after Judge, and one of them is like an Office or Parks and Rec format. What's the other show that does that format? Is it Modern Family? Yeah, where it's like that faux documentary approach with the interviews and stuff, the camera angles. I think that'd be fun with the characters. I gotta make the fingers skinnier. Do 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 do. Let me just try this. There we go. There's a WarioWare parody of the Office intro. What's it? Is it on YouTube or where is it? WarioWare version of Breaking Bad, but it's video games. I don't know enough about Breaking Bad to pull that off correctly. I still need to watch past the first I watched all the stuff up through the stuff with Tuco, which is like the intro of the second season. And then I got distracted by other shows. It's on YouTube. I can DM it to. Yeah, send me a link or tell people in the chat what it's called if they want to watch it too. Look it up. Let's get rid of these lines. Yeah, though I guess I'm not on Discord right now, but I'll read it later when the stream's done. SCI TV Nostalgia 1998. Okay. Is it like custom animation? Does it use like promo, like screen footage from the games, or like I'm wondering how it would work. I'm gonna have to separate these a little more. Do 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 do. I do 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 da do. Oh, I wonder why I haven't heard of him. Because I discovered, I believe it's Joan Hermer, who does a bunch of WarioWare fan videos. They're really cool. Yeah, we need to separate the... Just saw a cursed cover. Oh, it's custom animation. Awesome. It said, okay, I saw a cursed cover. It said Pizza Land 4. It's mixed up Pepino from Pizza Tower and Mario Land 4. Is that cursed, or is it awesome? This is the is this Street Pass? Like, is it the picture swap? Actually, I can probably copy paste this part. He's gonna remake collab I'm doing from the Pac-Man show. I'm not gonna say any person that. Oh, that's cool. You were talking about the voice for the. We were talking about voices for Pac-Man earlier. Is it a full episode of the show? Because I've only ever seen the Christmas special. The full show is harder to find. Fans have been annoying in LB2. The level I made in LB1 ported over to my moon in LBB2. Like, does the level not work right, or does it like? Is that you meant that it's taking up space, or what's the problem? Phillips of Presidential Pack Nappers is on the Internet Archive. Presidential Pack Nappers. Do they go and kidnap the U.S. president? Like, if they made it today, like the U.S. are like, we gotta get Biden. Because the Mario cartoon, the Mario 3 cartoon, had an episode where they kidnapped the Elder Bush, or like a caricature of him. And of course, the infamous Milli Vanilli episode. Oh, it's on the Internet Archive. Okay, you gotta check it out. Like, I'm not the hugest fan of, like, I guess, like, older, like, I guess they like the Hanna-Barbera, Ruby Spears. I don't think they're terrible. I just find them a little standard, I guess, compared to, not even like the animation. I'm just like, oh, they're okay. But they're the moments. Oh, it's a generic TV president. Yes, I'm one. Hey, you're not the president. I'm one of those generic presidents they come up with so the show doesn't become dated. Earthworm Jim is one of the best. I'm confused. What? Help, Megaboodle. I misread that initially. You said, I'm confused why you have to connect to the servers to edit your moon. I misread it as edit your mom. You know who edits? My mom. Oh, wait, is this Mario Kart music? What is this from? Oh, this is Double Dash music. Wow, that takes me back. I haven't played Double Dash in Wii in years. H-Jax, how you doing? For those who don't know, H-Jax is doing has started to animate as well. Best part of my day is playing LB2 and edit my mom. You know who plays Little Big Planet? My mom. H-Jax, what you up to? I was working on a original animation that the guy's paying me to do, but what was it? And now I'm working on my YouTube avatar again. So she says, you're totally welcome to join. It's completely fine if you aren't available for it. Man, I would, but like, I am so busy. And I even have 2 other Reanimate collabs. I guess I have 3 I need to finish shots for. I have some for Wario. The Donkey Kong collab is still happening. The one of the 90s cartoon. And there's an Animal Crossing one of the anime movie that with a fan dub. I have a shot of that I'm doing. So I need to get to work on all of that. I've started working on rough animations for new animation? That's cool. What's it about? Yaver, welcome to the stream as well. I know the title says that we were working on a commissioned short. I was, and I switched over to doing this custom avatar. Actually, let me just check. Let me just tell the author of the animation that I switched in case he's wondering. Just so you know, I switched to a different project on the stream for variety. In case you're watching and confused because he said he was watching it muted. We'll still have storyboards by late tonight or tomorrow morning for scene 1. For scene. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see. It's an app. Hello, hello. Thanks for letting me know. Rough Animator is an app. You're doing turnaround nice. I took a break from doing my character sheet, and I'm more excited for the fact that you learned about CITV nostalgia's WarioWare stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna open that in another tab on my other screen just so I know to look at that later. Thank you for telling me about it. CITV nostalgia. Is it one word? CITV Adams nostalgic memory? No, this is something else. CITV. Hang on, this is giving me something. This is giving me like CITV nostalgia is. Oh, I found it. Remix jingles by CITV nostalgia 1988. Okay, okay. Oh wow, these are unique animations. Yeah, I'll give them a look, and then maybe I could offer them to work on the collab. Okay. Yeah, just looking for CITV nostalgia without the 1988. It's like, I guess CITV is a British network, so it's showing me like a bunch of like adverts and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is not Wario. Presidential pack nappers instead of the White House with the Yellow House. Oh, that's funny. Let's see. Oh, actually, I should probably make it a little visible here. Yeah, there we go. Has Pac-Man seen WarioWare characters even show up in the background? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, one of the things I've had fun seeing with both Wario Reanimated and other ones is seeing when they have like crowds, like who they'll put in there. Sometimes they'll put in OCs, sometimes they'll put in like their own like caricature, and sometimes they'll put in what was it? Like characters from other properties. There's a shot you'll see in the finished collab for Reanimated again. When it's Lulu's first shot when she's in the stadium, it's a wide shot before in the bleachers going Wario, and there's like all these other people surrounding her. They put like, I think there's some Nintendo characters, but I think there's like Parappa's in there as well. And Pluto says, "Oh, it's nothing to do with Pac-Man kidnapping the president from where the Pac-Man wiki." No, I would assume if anybody in the Pac-Man cartoon is kidnapping the president, it'd be the ghosts, because I know they're like much like the games, they're the baddies, and I know like the one of the motifs of the show is chomp. Everybody's got a chomp. They're like puns and like mechanics off of like, oh, we're gonna chomp Pac-Man. Oh, now we're gonna chomp him and stuff like that. Which is, you know what? If you're going to make a Pac-Man cartoon based on the original game, I think going with chomping and the whole biting and munching and eating idea, yeah, that's Pac-Man for you. Oh, the classic Pac and chomp. Okay, they say Pac too. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, let me. See how this looks. Okay. Is this right? Do I have this? Oh, it's a different layer. One episode's a crate labeled handle with pack care. Okay, HX says, the animation I'm working on now, I'm paying some other animators to animate a video of mine because I'm like, oh, that's right, you hurt your hand. You hurt your drawing hand, so it's been hard to, yeah. Also, I'm working on a map for my friend. Oh, is that like something media something project? And the big project reanimators patch. Oh, cool. Bros reanimate with small animators. Went right there. So I think of Koopas dancing to their demise. Yeah, that's what they do. What was I gonna say? It is funny how like in the newest clip for the Mario movie with Mario Kart, they're like, they're being maybe careful, like, hey, Mario's blowing up these vehicles, but all the Koopas are getting out, so he's not killing anybody. Which, to be fair, it would distract me if Mario was killing people like he did in the games. Want to hear more pin stuff? Yeah, I would. I'll change the color. Change from multi-animated part. That's right. Also making a podcast interviewing small animators. Oh, cool. I need to get my Liz podcast out soon. I recorded it in like December, which we're for Sketch Watch Play, where we talk about Lion King. Again, just been so busy with this other stuff. But I think after that I might give the podcast a break for a little bit. Though I have some stuff I want to do when I get back to it, maybe in the fall. Wait, let's... So, oh, cool. Is it on your YouTube or something, HX? Working on the second. Very nice. Yeah, people click on HX's channel sometime. He does a lot of stuff. I'm working on as a female. I got to her side view. Thing is, she has slightly big booba, so my brain thinks I positioned her shoulder is wrong because her chest and back plus look like the shoulder. The big booba confused me slightly, even with references in front of me. Booba will do that. Play with fire, fall into fire without dying. This pin is probably green. Fall into fire with it. Yeah, I guess that's doable because in when you bounce, when you hit the fire in Little Big Planet, you get like a slight bounce, and Sackboy goes into like this panic burning pose. And then if you fall down, you get a little bit of a hop, and then if he falls back down and hits the fire again, he sizzles. So I guess it's like, hey, hit it once and then jump out. I like Pac-Man because it's a Japanese game based on an American show based on a Japanese game. Pac-Man's the side scroller where they did that's the Smash level came from, right? I've never played the actual game, but it was kind of like their answer to Mario Brothers or to Super Mario Brothers. Let's see. So Smash will get it. Yep, it is. Okay. Yeah, I'm adding some head spikes. The head looked a little naked there without the extra locks. It predates Mario by a year. Okay. But it didn't blow up the same way, I guess. I remember playing Pac-Man World 1 and 2. Only played up to the point I could play the retro Pac-Man games. We were talking about them at the beginning of the stream. I like them. I played some of the remake of the first one recently, and that was still good. Hope they do the same with the second, because that was even better. Sorry, I need to sip my drink. Should I buy a PS Move for LBP2? I would say no. Like, the DLC is fun, but there weren't that many levels made with it. I have so many grid lines in my short. Yeah, I call these height lines, where I make lines to remind myself where the eyes end, the head ends, stuff like that. Get Dreams. Oh yeah, Get Dreams as well. Dreams is more active than LPP right now. It's more versatile, but in perfect world, I'd say play both if you have time for it. Yeah, I helped Yagver with, I don't know if he's still making the one that I did a voice for, but it was fun to coordinate with that. And then there's another one that's being worked on called Super Guy that I do the main voice for, and that's hopefully going to come out this year. Alien Hands, does that mean Orb behind us? Wait, Orb behind us, 3 fingers. Oh, no, These are gloves, but I did give myself 4 fingers, so that's just kind of the classic cartoon thing to do. Like Simpsons does that, and even made a joke about, oh wow, in the future they think humans will evolve to have 5 fingers. Apparently it's really frowned on to do the 4 fingers in Japan. I think it's like culturally bad luck or something crazy. Oh, I should mention, I'm probably going to be going to a convention again. I didn't go to MagFest this year. I missed it for the first time. But what was it? I'm going to this one called Awesome Con. Let me pull up the guests they've been adding to it are insane for someone like me. Awesome Con. All right, I'm gonna say the ones that are relevant to my interests. Okay, let's see. We're going alphabetical with Amy Jo Johnson, who's the original Pink Power Ranger, back from Mighty Morphin. Ashley Eckstein, the voice of Ahsoka from Clone Wars. Billy D. Williams, Lando himself. Caitlin Glass, who's done a lot of anime, but I know her as Winry from Full Metal. Let's see. Christopher Sabat, who ton of anime voices with Funimation and Crunchyroll, but I know him as Vegeta and Piccolo. He's also All Might and Zoro for more current stuff. Let's see. Colleen Clinkenbeard. I met her once. She's Luffy. She's the current voice of Young Gohan. She's Momo in My Hero. She's, what's her name? Urza in Fairy Tail. I know her as Hawkeye in Full Metal Alchemist. Let's keep going. Some other Funimation voice actors I'm not much familiar with. James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan and Ratchet and Tidus from Final Fantasy X. Karen Gillan, Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy and Ruby Roundhouse from Jumanji. Justin Briner, who is Deku in My Hero. LeVar Burton, who hosted Reading Rainbow, was on Star Trek in the show Roots, legend. Let's see. Maurice LaMarche, the Brain from Pinky and the Brain, and a voice of a bunch of Futurama characters like Lur and Calculon and Morbo. Let's see. Phil Lamar, Samurai Jack, Static, Green Lantern, Hermes, Futurama. I met him in a previous guy. He was a nice guy. Rob Paulson, this is a big one. The voice of Yakko and Pinky. 80s Raphael, 2012 Donatello, and a bunch of other stuff. Great voice actor. Almost done. I feel like there was one more. But yeah, both Pinky and the Brain are going to be at this convention. That's crazy to me. So let me see this chat. My only problem with WarioWare is the fact that the series always gets artificial price inflation online, even if it's not as bad as Klonoa. I genuinely feel bad for Klonoa at that point. I feel bad for Klonoa that he still doesn't have a third core game. I hope the remaster did well, and they're secretly making one. Let's see. I think I made a mistake starting One Piece. That's because I'm on episode 10 now. But I think I watched up to like the introduction of Sanji, and then I'm just like, I don't have time for it. It's good, but I don't have time. Let's see. I found Mega Party Games at a thrift shop, and it was $149. Jesus Christ! I did sell my copy of Medi Party Games. So I still have the original, but that's crazy. I've met Kenny James voices Bowser. That's awesome. I would love to meet a lot of the Mario cast as well. I did meet Martinet at AwesomeCon a couple years ago. Very nice guy. Outrageous story. I remember telling you before I put that character through a redesign, so he's no way more intimidating, handsome, and tall. It's like, that's right. Yes. Why am I forgetting his name? It's like a robot villain. Terminus. And Terminus was a fun character to voice. And yeah, if you ever want me to voice him again or do something different, let me know. It'd be fun. I bought Klonoa Fantasy Master on Switch and the GB games on Wii U. Good. He has 2 names. He has 2 different panels. Oh wow. And I have Mega Micro Games on Wii U. Nice. All right, let me get back to this. I'll still be able to check in the chat. I just probably the home stretch of the stream because I usually only have it in me for about 2 hours before I need to take a break. Fun fact: the soundtrack for Mario RPG is the same composer as both Kingdom Hearts and Mario and Luigi. Very talented. I think it's Yoko Shimomura. She's awesome. Never played Klonoa. I immediately thought Sonic when I saw the character. Klonoa plays very differently from most. It kind of is its own way of playing because it's not speed-based. I know he looks like a Sonic character, but basically you don't jump on enemies to attack them. He'll throw a little projectile in front of him that if it hits an enemy, they'll inflate and go still, and then you throw it again, and you pick them up, and you can use them to get a higher jump either by throwing them down, or you can throw them as projectiles to hit stuff. So there can be a bit of a puzzle element to it as well. It's also kind of infamous to me for like it has a very cute like exterior, but the stories can get very dark and sad. And I kind of wish more platformers did that. So there's that. HX, I was talking about this convention I'm going to. You'd like this. It's gonna have a lot of voice actors there. It's gonna have both the voice of Yakko and Pinky, is the same guy, and the voice of the Brain, who also has a bunch of Futurama characters like Morbo and Calculon. Because I know you watch Futurama. Spitz had to. Klonoa Story is very depressing. Klonoa 1 was the very first game to make me cry. The ending is so powerful. Man, I'm glad that feather didn't autocorrect. It would have autocorrected his fetuses. All because Spitz had to give Flower fetus a steak. Here, have some fetuses. It's on the house. Spitz, why'd you give me fetuses? What are you so worked up for? I'm so glad you brought that up. That's so silly. It's dark, but it's... Unidentified fetus object. Orbulon scanning the skies. Oh my, an unidentified fetus object. I need to practice my new Orbulon voice more, because before it was in tuned, it was just my normal voice but sped up. But now I'm trying to do the Robbie Damon voice. Same with Mike. Because Mike was text-to-speech before. Oh, that's right, HX. I love this. You told me this. Guys, this is hilarious. He's watched Animaniacs, and Pinky and the Brain, something about the fact that they're trying to rule the world scares him and gives him like this existential crisis about the existence of the world at large and like life in general. And like, there's nothing about that in the show, but just the fact that the Brain seeks world domination. It's like, it messes with him. It gets inside his head, and I'm not trying to make fun of you or anything. I just find that so funny, and can you give me permission if I meet the voice of the Brain at this con? Can I bring that up to him? I think he'd also get a kick out of knowing that they're younger fans of the original show as well. Julia's a new character to add for the... Yes, I watched the first season of the reboot and a little bit of season 2. I need to catch up on that and the last season that just came out. And Julia's like a recurring character, Julia Brain, who kind of... It's kind of one that like Brain mind control... Well, not mind control. Does he mind control her? Or like she has a chip to like regulate her thoughts or something. He's like using her as like a figurehead for elections and stuff. But she goes rogue and she comes back a couple times. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, HJax, for letting me tell him about that. Maybe I'll even see if he wants to record a voice message for you or something. You know who else is looking for world domination? A bowling pin and sunglasses named Numbskull. Well, Orbulon is no Numbskull, but he is a bowling pin with sunglasses. And his, what is it? My invasion of Earth begins tomorrow. Like he's always putting it off because I do love his new personality trait, especially in Get It Together, where he loves Earth culture, like seeing like the monuments and the countries and just exploring. I don't know, there's something charming about that. Here's an easy pin to nab. Play on Christmas Day. Just play on Christmas. Yep, you gotta remember. You gotta remember, and I'm usually pretty busy with new games and family stuff on Christmas. So yeah. All right. Yeah. So the reason I determined is that he's now a human/AI personality in one bioorganic body. He has face plates that open up to show the robot face underneath. That sounds awesome. And for those who don't know, Yapper developed stuff in Dreams, the PS4 game. That's why they're bringing it up. And he's already done some very cool animations and test stuff, and I'm looking forward to. I should pick Dreams back up tonight. I think they just put out an update, and I'm so busy with other stuff. I doubt I'm ever gonna have time to make stuff in it. Maybe like one mini game that I've thought about, like a rhythm game, if I can figure out the logic behind it. But like I want to do like a platform campaign, and I'm like, oh, I just don't have time. So I appreciate those who can. Oh, HX gonna watch some Bob's Burgers with your dad. Good show to watch. All right, see you later, man. Oh, Bob's Burgers is definitely good. Caboodle. I don't know if you've ever seen that show. That's like what Simpsons and Family Guy used to be to me, like in their prime. I think Bob's Burgers is like taking that mantle of quality. He's not a numbskull while totally dribble and spits. He is putting it off because he loves Earth. Yeah, in my head, truthfully, I don't think he's ever going to actually try and do it. I think he might try and threaten people by saying he's going to do it, but he's just too enamored. All right, let's see. Yeah, I want like to be a little. Let's see. You should play the Opposite Day series by Mr. Casey Jobs on Dreams. Let me open that up in a tab. Opposite Day. I'll do In Dreams. Actually, let me just go to Opposite Day Saga, Mr. Casey Jones. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'll add that to the queue. I wish that was a real video. It would have been better than Orbulon's box office flop. I mean, it was Morbulon. Morbulon. What would it be? It wouldn't be Morbin. It would be Morbulon. Morbulon time. Let's see. Oh, and I'm actually thinking for some of these. I just remembered because I just mentioned that the Pink Ranger is going to be at the convention. I might try and do like for those I want to get autographs for. I might try and do like some custom drawings. So like maybe I've actually, because I have rewatched Power Rangers and I have like it'd be too obvious just to have her like posing in the super suit. Maybe like doing something like there was some episodes where she plays guitar and she's actually an indie musician as well in real life. So maybe like I don't know, maybe that would make her happier to see. And some of the voice actors would be like surrounded by some of their characters and stuff like that. LeVar Burton could like have a book with a rainbow in it because reading Rainbow, stuff like that. Bob's Burgers is my favorite anime. Oh yes, Linda is so kawaii. Linda is my waifu. Best girl. Bobby. Let's get the arms. Oh, there was a fake thumbnail by Orbulon on Instagram saying "Don't call Diamond City Taxi 3M." Oh, okay, that's. I guess I was missing something. I need to use this. I'm not looking at social media much these days. Like truthfully, I want to be at a place where mentally I'm a little more happy with how I'm doing, and I was trying to follow as many animators and YouTubers and actors as I could, and I was just like, ooh, it's not the best. To be bombarded with tons of like accomplishments and stuff when you're like self-doubting of your own work like I am. DM to 2. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, we're gonna wind down this stretch when we get to like in the next 20 minutes. So I will check your links out. All right, so let me get this a little wider. Found a pin that would sound funny and replace word with fetus. Original. Gotcha. Grapple another player. Fetus person grapple another fetus. That's awful. But I'm laughing. It's awful, but I'm laughing. Okay, this music is from Mario. Is it from Mario and Luigi? This is from... Oh, Thousand Year Door. Replace flower with fetus. That should be a meme. Replace this word with fetus. Have any of you seen the YouTube account? Not Twitter. The Twitter account that replaces characters in movie clips with raptors. It's both impressive on a technical level and it's just funny. I like all the story-heavy Mario games are on the handheld consoles. I guess later on, I mean, the RPGs started out on, like, the first two Paper Marios and Mario RPG. Those were all home consoles, but then Mario and Luigi took that. What was it? What do you count the Switch? I consider the Switch primarily a home console. I know it's a hybrid, but since there's no dedicated console, I'm like, because now we have Mario and Rabbids as far as the RPG. So I guess Sparks of Hope didn't sell great, so there may not be a third. But I'd still like to see like what kind of direction they can take Mario in roleplay and strategy stuff next. Yeah, Can't wait for the movie. It's gonna be awesome, dude. I was just talking about the movie. My hype levels are like in the like, oh, come out already mindset. I think the home console always have a dock. I always have a dock these days too because I have Joy-Con Drift. I keep meaning to print out the repair form and just mail it to UPS and wait a week or two. It's called Animal Crossover. Oh, nice title. Alright, now let's do the hood. It's all good in the hood. I like the drums in this one, like the bongos. What software are you using? This is a Toon Boom Harmony. Very, like, when I understand, even like an industry standard for 2D digital animation these days, both cutout and hand drawn. Even I think even Disney uses it. And thankfully, both the when I went back to school, I found that I could get a student discount. Normally, it's like $100 a month, which was eating away at me, but now it's $20 a month, much more manageable. And both the indie gigs I got that I'm doing remote work for 2 different shorts. One I was starting out with earlier for the first part of this stream, and then the other I'll have to ask the director if I can stream it publicly. If he says no, then I don't. I saw a video on my recommended called "Ugly Little Cabbage." Replace cabbage with fetus. Ugh, ugly little fetus. It's based on a throwaway gag on a tree in my reanimated again. This is a good song. Oh, Squishy Pixels, hi. By the way, has anybody seen season 26 of South Park? I saw the Cupid Yee episode. It was okay. They did reference because they were making fun of people of critiquing Hollywood, and one of the ones they referenced was you have Butters going, "A Mario Brothers movie? Seriously?" And I'm like, "Yeah, a Mario movie. Come on." Japanese. I'm curious. I saw promo stills like Randy gets obsessed with the Japanese toilet, and I'm like, what is that about? I'm trying to get commissioned in my belt for upgrading clips to the EX version. Version 2 came out yesterday. Oh, that's cool. I still just use Pro. I should look into what the new features are. Squishy Pixels. Oh, yeah, check out Squishy Pixels' channel. They take WarioWare DIY, which was the DS game where you can make your own micro games and music. So it kind of had like a chiptune music composer like Mario Paint, and they do video game music covers with that. It sounds awesome. I recommend. Cupid D was actually taking on Kanye. Oh yeah. Obviously, they even recreated the Alex Jones setup where he had the mask on and was saying crazy stuff about Hitler. It was totally I guess they decided like they wanted to use Kanye himself anymore. Also, I was talking about the 93 one, maybe, but I feel like they were talking about current Hollywood because I think they were partly making fun of people complaining about like diversity and like, oh, Hollywood's woke with the diversity and all that BS. But yeah. Also, I don't think Mario 93 was that bad. Dude, the Mario 93 live action movie is my big cinematic guilty pleasure. I think part of it is to blame is I rented it a lot as a kid on videotape, VHS. It is possibly the least faithful adaptation I've seen of anything, and it gets just crazier and more nonsensical as it goes on. But it is, I do think it's an entertaining like action sci-fi B movie that just happens to have Mario names in it. I'm actually going to be working on some fan art of it in honor of the new movie because assuming I like the new movie, I'll probably do some fan art of that as well. Let's see. I like how the stream started a talk about LBP to a talk about South Park and fetuses. Yeah, fetuses are the surprise theme of the evening, and I wasn't even drawing any. You know, one of those days where I'm just not drawing fetuses. Maybe next time. I love the 93 movie from how unique it is from the movie from the game. I mean, yeah, I think you could view it as like creative liberties. But it is just so far removed, and now the new one looks like very dedicated to being authentic. Now it just has to have a good script because it looks gorgeous as well. And the more I hear of the cast, the more I'm getting used to everybody having different voices. And actually, I feel like Jack Black and Charlie Day, like I've gotten used to them real quick in those roles. Especially because Jack Black is just doing his normal voice. He is lowering his voice and doing like a growl to be more Bowser-like. So it's kind of just but like Mario, Peach, and DK are all pretty different from how I imagine them. So it's and I like the actors involved. So it's just gonna be a matter of just getting used to them. Our first conversation was about its deep voice courses. Pac-Man. Yeah, we did start out with Pac-Man. We've gone. Let me scroll through the chat and see. I'm gonna go chronologically. Like, what have we tried talking about? All right, favorite WarioWare characters. Oh, dang! I don't get to see the whole chat. Okay, Cat Icarus, Wario Land, YouTubers like Scott the Woz. Let's see. Favorite episodes of the '80s AI WarioWare sitcom. Soshi mentioned some people who do custom WarioWare animations. I believe it was CITV Nostalgia 1998. Let's see. Yeah, the Pac-Man cartoon, the original 80s one. HH's YouTube stuff. Pac-Land, other Pac-Man games like Pac-Man World. But yeah, a lot of Pac-Man talk. Little Big Planet. We talked a lot of Little Big Planet. Some of the voice actors I'm seeing at the convention. Klonoa, stuff like that. Fun fact, Integrity Farms was South Park's 300th episode. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't watched South Park regularly since, like, 2010, I think. I don't know if it's me that's changed, or if I do think the older seasons are funnier. But it hasn't been, like, a dramatic dip in quality like I feel Simpsons and Family Guy had. I just, the last weren't coming as frequently, so I don't know. It might just be me. But, so she said, I love talking about Pac-Man. It's my favorite game series. Hey, that's cool. Yeah, everybody should be able to talk about their favorites. The funny thing is, even though most of like the fan stuff I'm best known for is WarioWare, I don't think I could pick a single favorite series. I have favorite games. I have favorite games from individual series. I know my favorite game ever is Donkey Kong Country 2. But I couldn't pick. I don't know if I could pick one series that stands above all others. It'd be tough. I could pick multiple favorites. Randy's birthday is on March 1st. Oh, okay. So he just had his birthday. For some reason, my go-to right now, Randy moment, is the AA episode where he like fakes being like a cancer patient basically, and he's like in his wheelchair, and he's dramatically going, Stan, I have a disease. Let's see, what's your favorite WarioWare game? Call me old-fashioned, but the Mega Micro games, because it was just such a. The first impressions are important. That was like such a blast of like originality and like taking me by surprise and just getting me so hooked on this style of play and this style of like presentation and these fun imaginative characters. My favorite game from SNES is Mega Man X. Classic game. Yeah. I enjoyed Mega Man quite a bit. I'd enjoy it more if I was better at it because they are notoriously hard games. But no denying their quality. Let's see. Picking a favorite series can be hard because each one has pros and cons. Yep. It's hard to think of a series that sticks around for a while that's all good or stuff like that, all golden. That's hard to do. Gold is what I consider the best. My favorite Smooth Moves and Gold are up there as well. I think top tier for me is Mega Micro Games, Twisted, and Smooth Moves. B tier is Gold, Touched, and Get It Together, and DIY. Then I didn't like Game & Wario much. I heard Snapped was terrible, never played it, but those would be lower tier. And I think that's all of them. Oh, remember to save. Yes. Touch my favorite, but I always recommend people play Gold first. Gold is a good all-around introduction. And it's easy to access, too, because you can still... It's the recent, so you can still get it digitally for a few more weeks, but you can still find the physical version without much trouble either. Butter's birthday is on September 11th. That's in the Awesome episode when Carmen sends himself as a robot in a box, and Butters is like, "Oh boy, when can this be? My birthday's not till September 11th." It's just, I think it's just to sync, like to rub in like what a horrible life Butters has, even though he's like a sweetheart, but he's like the butt of everybody's jokes. Game Wario is only bad because nowadays it costs like $100. Not worth $100. That game's not. That game is so shallow. It's because of Buff Orbulon, huh? Oh yeah, Buff Orbulon would drive the value up. He's hunky. But I guess you could just find it. You could just Google him. Alright, let me think. I need to figure out if I should do each of these drawings for the new version on the same layer as the others. I never think. isn't there like in one of the Fantastic Four movies I saw the commercial where they're like, there's an exchange like, don't even think about it. I never do. He just jumps off a building or something. I think it was Chris Evans' Human Torch, and I said that like his Scott Pilgrim character. Prepare to suffer the wrath of the League of Evil Exes. He's only in that movie for 5 minutes, and he's such a scene stealer. Play Gold first. You want to play other games? There's no point playing the Gold. It's just trying to such a. To be fair, Gold doesn't have every micro game from every old game. There's still a lot in each of the originals that are exclusive to them. Also, you have stuff like sometimes they would change the control schemes for certain games, like stuff that was on smooth moves would become like a touch or twist game. So if you want to like play them a different way, get smooth moves, and you play it on your TV as well. It's like one neuron I'm trying to make connections in my head. Ooh, we need more neurons. I have neurons, but I need more energy. That's another reason I'm so slow to get stuff done. I'm a sleepy boy, even when I get full night's sleep. Straw. Let's take the mouth. Let's see how this looks. It's like the most chill lounge music version of the Brawl theme. The tree micro game from Mega Micro Game became a twist game. I think Brawl is my second favorite Smash. Brawl gets a bad rap, and other than the tripping, I'm not sure why. I think you have to be like really into the intricacies of Smash to hate it. Honestly, my least favorite is I think my least favorite Smash in retrospect is 4, because for me it had the least interesting newcomers and features. It was still fun to play, but it was, and especially nowadays, it's kind of irrelevant. I guess there's a lot of stuff that's irrelevant in. Well, I mean, Brawl they do have the unique trophies and stuff, and Brawl has subspace, and they have event modes, but on like Ultimate, it's like, you know, all in one. Brawl shipping was one of the yeah, I loved it. I loved Brawl. I think that was one of the most hyped for, doing the Smash Dojo, and that was the first one to bring in third-party characters. So like, as we saw, Sonic and Snake, like the imagination sky was the limit. And subspace was fun. I still wish they tried something like that again. I still think that one of the dumbest reasons for omitting a feature, Sakurai was like, I don't want to do another subspace equivalent because I don't want people posting the cutscenes on YouTube. And I'm like, that's every video game ever. Like, don't make that stop. What a weird. They went a little darker and real for Brawl. Yeah, the color scheme, I'm glad they didn't stick with it, but I do think it's a neat as a one-off, looking back. And Help Make a Boodle says, do you own any Scott Pilgrim books? I own all 6 with European copies. I got the UK version, I guess there. I own the first one. I haven't looked at it in years, and I'm sure it's fine. It's probably on my bookshelf right now. A lot of my books and DVDs are collecting dust. I'm so hooked on streaming and my laptop and tablet these days. I need to remedy that. I especially need to get a new hard drive, a new external disk drive, so I can like rip the DVDs and stuff that aren't on streaming services to my drive and use like Plex and stuff. And then hold on to them, because you never know if those hard drives will die or you know, services will change, because HBO's done crazy stuff and like, so you know, some stuff might just you want to hold on to those DVDs. They're proving more valuable than I think people expected. I think we're going to bring things to a close. We've been streaming for about 2 hours, and that's a good length for me. I'd like to do these more. Maybe I can try and make them figure out like regular times for it, especially with this set school schedule I have the rest of the week. I want to thank everybody who watched and everybody who commented. Everybody we had fun conversations with, and yeah, I'm happy to introduce you to Big Cat Exhibit, the short that I have been hired to animate. Look for more on that, and then once that's finally done later this summer, I'll post a link to it. It's not going to be on my channel, but I am the solo visual guy on it, which is exciting. There's another short I'm assisting animation on. I will ask if I can stream it. I know the director is streaming some of his work sessions, but I don't know how he feels about other people who are involved, so I will ask him. And yeah, hopefully I can get some more Wario stuff going and streaming too. I need to get back to that. But again, thanks to everybody who has joined in. It was an honor to be here. Soshi, thank you for being so active. You're always fun to talk to. Help Me Make a Boodle, you're fun as well. Switchy Pitchels, thanks for coming in. Yapper, if you're still there, thanks. Let me see if anybody else has been talking recently. HX, was good to see you. And everybody else who joined in, you all have a great evening as